Welcome back to another episode of Branching Out with F&M Bank. I'm your host, Mary Pavlovskaya, and today I'm joined by Greg Beam from the SDDA. Welcome, Greg.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you do as the Executive Director.
Well, as the Executive Director of the Staunton Downtown Development Association, my job is to pull the folks downtown together, the businesses, our organizations, our nonprofits. I feel I kind of help pull those folks together to have conversations that are going to continue to push our downtown forward and keep it front of mind.
That's great. I know especially Staunton needs a lot of that, and it's probably been a little bit halted in the last couple of months. I want to say 8 months or so. Right.
It's been interesting. We've had some definite challenges, as has the rest of the community and the world. But what's been amazing is that our downtown community and Staunton as a whole is very resilient, and they've continued to work together to push forward and face those challenges and develop new ways of operating.
So, and I know a lot of businesses had to go virtual, so employees had to go home, but I know a lot of shops and restaurants had to pivot tremendously. How has that been on the take in downtown?
Right, that was quick. You know, as shutdowns were occurring, we had a lot of our businesses that heavily depended on foot traffic and our tourists, as well as our local community. Many businesses were not yet set up for e-commerce, so this was suddenly facing all of the normal challenges that they face every day in business, but then also having to figure out how to develop a website, how to deliver, how to offer curbside or pickup, all of these new ways of operating that fit their business model is challenging and exhausting as they maintain their families and their personal lives as well. So we're really proud of all those folks because it's just unbelievable what they were able to accomplish under that much pressure and still be pleasant about it and still be willing to work and think and develop new ideas together. So
absolutely, and I definitely want to get into what restaurants have had to deal with and what the future plan is for them in downtown. But talk a little bit about what you're planning on doing to kind of push forward, because we're obviously in the early months of the fall and going into winter. What's that going to look like for bringing in business downtown?
So we're continuing to work together. We have our SDDA Promotions Committee that's continuing to develop new ideas in which our community can come together downtown and still find moments and occasions to celebrate. As we look at events, annual events such as trick-or-treating downtown, the Staunton Christmas Parade, all of these big events which were wonderful annual traditions but bring together so many people in small spaces. Those are the types of events that we're fearful of hosting at this time. So we're trying to figure out other happenings, events, opportunities for folks to still celebrate. We're going to have holiday selfie stations staggered throughout downtown so folks can enjoy those, use the hashtags, take those photos, and still be socially distanced and feel safe with that. Different businesses are offering various specials and happenings in their spaces. We also have a pumpkin hunt that will be in storefront windows. We have strolling characters that will be downtown throughout the holidays to add ambiance and still charm and still fun. That's what we can't lose, is the fun.
That is great. That is so good to hear. And I love how the community is coming together and businesses are coming together, that even though we're in a pandemic and everyone's still nervous about the health ramifications, but people are still wanting to support local, and I think that's great.
Sure.
But it's been great talking to you, Greg, today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
You've been watching another episode of Branching Out with F&M Bank.